Welcome back to the channel, guys. Take a look at this beautiful folding e-bike. It's from Mokwheel. It's called the Slate, and it has one very specific feature about it. It has a removable display. Do you want to learn more? Well, let's get into it. When it came to the unboxing and assembly of this bike, well, the presentation was really nice on the unboxing part, and the assembly was super easy. Now, one thing I like about Mokwheel is that they always include extra bolts and brake pads. The Mokwheel Slate will come to you as a Class 2 e-bike, which means you can get up to 20 miles an hour via the thumb throttle here on your left-hand side, your torque sensor, and your 5 levels of pedal assist. But this bike can also be unlocked to Class 3 speeds. It weighs 64 pounds, has a payload capacity of 350 pounds, and currently, at the making of this video, this bike sells for $14.99 and comes with a 2-year warranty. It only comes in a step-through model that you see here, and they say that the average rider height is going to be from 5 foot to 6'2". It also comes in 3 different colors: platinum, jungle camo, and this denim color that I have right here. Mokwheel says that the Slate will go up to 50 to 60 miles on a single battery charge, and of course that's going to depend on rider height, speed, and all of that kind of stuff. I am going to be abusing this bike and running it through all of my testing today, so we're not going to get near that kind of mileage. We have a 48 volt 500 watt rear hub motor. It has a peak power of 700 watts and 65 newton meters of torque. It has a 7-speed transmission, a Shimano tourney derailleur, and the Shimano 7-speed trigger shifter. For braking, you have the Logan 2-piston hydraulic brake system with 180 millimeter rotors. It comes with a hydraulic front fork. It has 110 millimeters of travel. You can preload the settings and you can lock it out. I really like these Chow Yang tan-walled 20 by 3-inch tires. They have a super nice street pattern on them, and they're puncture resistant. The battery is a 48 volt 15 amp hours with 721.5 watt hours of power. It is here inside the frame. As you can see, it unloads from the top. Now you can charge it while it's in the bike with this charging port right here, and your charger is a 3 amp charger, which means you can charge this bike up in about 5 hours. Now, when it comes to the UL certification of this bike, well, it's new and it's in the process of being UL certified by Mokwheel. To take the battery out of the bike, it's going to come with 2 keys. You're just going to put the key in there, you're going to turn it, it pops this battery out a little bit, and all you got to do is pull it out. As you can see, there is a battery indicator right there. So if you have it outside of the bike, you can see how well it's charged. And then to put it back in, you just slap it in there, pull the key out, and you're good to go. The Slate has an IPX4 rating, which means it is protected against splashing water from any angle. In its unfolded position, the bike itself is 64.6 inches in length. And then to fold it down, we're just going to take this lever right here, bring down the stem, move this other one and release it, and then bring the bike back towards itself. Ah! When folded, the Slate is 49 inches long, 31 inches tall, and only 19 inches wide. Additional features include plastic fenders, plastic foldable pedals, quick release seat post, a Mokwheel branded seat, a rear rack that can hold 55 pounds, and a telescopic stem. I think this is pretty awesome when it comes to the safety and security of your bike. Now, you can't stop anyone from stealing your bike, but you can remove this display so that it is no good to them if they steal it. Right here are the pins on the back. They connect with these pins right here. To take it off, there are 2 little clips back here, and you push them in and it releases the display. And to put it on, you just click it back on and it's good to go. Let's talk about size and fit. Now, when it comes to your 5-foot rider, they do have numbers here on the back. This is its lowest setting right here. And this is the telescopic stem, so it has a lower setting as well. And right there we have it for our 5-foot rider. Now, when it comes to our 6-foot plus rider, well, this is the highest setting right here. You can just release this, pull this all the way up, and that is your setup for your tallest rider. Me, I am 5'9", 32-inch inseam, and this is about where I have the seating. So that's what it looks like for a 5'9" rider on this bike. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have the very well-known Mokwheel grip. It has this little push-out padding here that happens in the palm area. It's pretty nice. It's double locking. This is your front brake lever right here, and this is your throttle. Right here is your control pad that operates the bike. To turn the bike on, you're just going to hit the power button right here. It brings up your display, and as you can see, it's a color display, but it's very subtle. You have your power indicator right here for your battery. Has 10 different bars right there. And then you have your pedal assist level, your speed, what boost level you are in, the time you're on the bike, and the trip mileage. Now, if you want other information, you're just going to hold this 2 buttons down right here, and it's going to switch over, and it's going to tell you your average speed, your max speed, and how many miles are on the bike total. To go back, you're just going to hit that button right there, and it takes you back to your normal screen. Now, if you want to go up in pedal assist levels, well, we're just going to hit this plus button, and as you can see, it takes us all the way up to 5, and then we hit this negative button and takes you all the way down to 0. This bike has turn signals, so if you hit this button right here, your left turn signal will turn on, and it gives you this little adorable little indicator right here, and then to turn it back off, you're just going to hit that button again. Same thing on the right-hand side. To move into the advanced settings with this bike, we're going to hit both turn signal buttons, and then it's going to bring us into the interior menu, which right here we can control the brightness, the unit, if you want to switch it from kilometers to miles per hour, your throttle speed, so you can actually adjust what your throttle speed is. Right now we have it at 48 miles an hour. I highly doubt this bike's going to do that, but then we're going to move back out and then go back down here for your pedal assist speed limit. Yes, let's take a look at that. And from here, you can customize each pedal assist level's speed limit. Let's go down to number 5 and see what that speed limit is. Ooh, 30 miles an hour. We'll take it. To back out of these menus, you're just going to hit the left turn signal button, and it takes you back out. Intensity settings. Whoa, what is this? Let's go ahead and look at that. I bet it has 5 intensity levels. Yeah, we're going to leave it at 3, but you can make it more aggressive if you want. Let's see, riding modes, where you can control, where you can just use the pedal, pedal assist, throttle only, or both. Move on down. Startup mode, free mode, or safe mode. That means that the throttle will not work unless the bike is moving. Free mode means it will work either way. And here's where you reset your trip mileage. Go ahead and bounce back out of this, and it takes you back to your main screen. Now to turn your headlight on, well, we're just going to hit the plus button and hold it until the headlight comes on, and it gives you this little indicator right here. To turn it back off, you're just going to hold the same button, and it turns off. The headlight has 2 bulbs on it, making it brighter than your average e-bike light. When the headlight is on, it turns on your tail lights. My camera is making it pulse, but it does not pulse. It gets brighter. Both of them do when you hit the brakes. This is what your turn signal looks like when it is going. This is what it looks like on the other side. And this is what it looks like when the headlights are not on and you are just riding down the road in the daytime. This bike also has a walk feature. When you are in pedal assist 0, you can hold down the minus button, and after a second, it starts to spin. As you can see, it takes it up to 2 miles an hour. On your right-hand side, you have your rear brake lever right there. This is your gear system. You use this to take it down in gear, and then you use your index finger to raise it up in gear. Plus, it comes with this hidden bell. It is time to take this bike out on the road and see how well it performs. We are on the beautiful 606 trail here in Chicago. We are in 0 pedal assist, which means we are riding without any assist coming to the bike. As you can see, it says 0 right there, or at least I hope you can see it. And we are cruising at 12 miles an hour without any assistance. Let's go ahead and put it into pedal assist number 1. Let's check out the torque sensor. And now the way a torque sensor works is right now I'm putting in no effort while riding the bike. I'm just moving my legs, and we are cruising at 14 miles an hour. But the moment I start cranking on it and I start putting the pressure to the cranks, we start launching forward, and you can go all kinds of speed, even in pedal assist number 1. This torque sensor feels great. So yeah, I can tell this one's gonna be a good ride today. Let's go ahead and test out the throttle on this bike. I have it in pedal assist level 1. We're gonna see if it's dictated to the level that you're on. Some bikes are like that, although it shouldn't be, because in advanced controls, you can dictate how fast this one can go. I think this one was set for 48 miles an hour, and there's no way we're gonna be doing that. But I tell you what, it has a great pickup, not enough to throw you off the bike, but a nice firm pickup. I like it. Looks like our high speed is going to be 26 miles an hour. Well, it hits 27, but it bounces between 26 and 27 using throttle only. Let's look at the pedal assist levels. We're in pedal assist level 1. We're going to take off, and as I showed before, that you can be in pedal assist 1 and take it up to, higher speeds than what it normally would if you had a cadence sensor. But I want to see what the average comfortable speed of pedal assist number 1 is. And right now, it's just cruising at 10 miles an hour without putting any effort. Let's try number 2. Yeah, and now we're just bumped up at like 15 miles an hour in pedal assist number 2 pretty comfortably. Number 3, now I'm not changing the cadence of my legs. I am just putting it in these higher pedal assist levels to see how it feels. And right now, we're still at 15 miles an hour. Let's go to 4. 4 has us cruising at 16 miles an hour effortlessly. 5 gets us up to 18 miles an hour. This screen is not the easiest to see in the sunlight, so I'm not sure how this is going to look on camera. But right now we're testing out the display versus the speedometer to see if the speeds that we are tracking are the actual speeds. Right now it shows that we are at 14 miles an hour, 15, and the display showing we are a mile faster. Because of that, I don't expect the trip meter to match up with what Strava shows that we'll be using today for distance. Let's do some speed tests. We're gonna do throttle only first. Let's go ahead and see how long it takes for us to hit that 27 mark. Now, when it hits that 27, it doesn't hold it, it just hits it for a hot second. So really, if you're holding this throttle down, you'll be cruising at 26 miles an hour. Boom, that was pretty quick. Let's go ahead and try it with pedal assist now. I have it in pedal assist number 5. We have it down into like gear 6, and let's go. Ooh, I like how the fact that the torque sensor kicked in immediately. That is a nice feature. Let's go. Come on. There it was. Woo. All right, it is time to do the brake test. And what we're doing is we're doing 2 different versions. One at 20 miles an hour in case you decide to keep it in class 2, and another one at 28. Ooh. And it stopped right at 17 feet. We were also at 21 miles an hour. Time for brake test number 2. We are going to get this thing going as fast as it can and then slam on the brakes. Ooh, came sliding, styling. 27 feet. We were at 28 miles an hour. Yeah, I was kind of kicking. It's kind of kicking to the left, but it looked stylish. It felt good. I can tell just in this short amount of time that this is going to be another quality bike by Mokwheel. Matter of fact, my favorite utility bike is the Mokwheel Scoria, and I did a lot of upgrades and stuff like that to that bike. Feels like with this newer Slate, they fixed a lot of the things that some of us would want, like the better pedaling of this, the larger chainring. All of this feels really good. This torque sensor even feels better than the one on the Scoria. I'm also a big fan of these grips that are on this bike. It's things like that, these small touches, that make riding a bike like this an absolute pleasure. Even though this bike is pretty short, it doesn't feel like it is when you're riding it, which is what we're doing right now. Now, I'm not sure how this seat's gonna hold up. I think it might be a little bit too firm for my liking, but man, love the grips. Love how this thing brakes. There's a lot of things about this bike that I do like. And yeah, I think they're doing a really good job with this Slate. Super nice. Let's see how well you guys can see these turn signals. And the brake light. That's what it looks like in the daytime. Works out because we're going to be turning to the left over here. It is time for the off-road portion of this review. And here we are just cutting across this park. Oh, this thing's, you know what? This bike is actually pretty solid. Oh gosh, we willied over that part. Oh, this thing's a good time. Oh, we're gonna jump off this curb. Let's see how it goes. Oh, landed both wheels at the same time. This bike feels pretty solid. All right, guys, that was fun. Now, this isn't obviously the kind of bike you'd put on a single track, but if you were doing some off-road trails on the way to, mostly pavement off-road trails, come on, these tires are gonna be just fine. You're gonna be good to go. And you'll probably giggle a little bit if you're giving it full throttle. It is time for the hill test. We're gonna do throttle only on the first time heading up, see how that does. I mean, this bike has some pep to it, so yeah, I didn't figure it was gonna be much of a climb. This hill goes from 15 8% grade to 20% grade. And we are just moving right up it, just like I knew we would. Oh, and I did it with my kickstand down. That's a good way to get hurt. But I got lucky on that. Now we're going to use pedal assist. I have it in pedal assist number 5 to give us the easiest and most assistance that we can get going up the hill. And this is so easy, guys. I'm already just moving up in gear. I started off in gear 4. Now we're in gear 5. And I'm not really putting any effort on the way up at all. Super easy. All right, let's go put some miles on this bike. We are stopping here for lunch, and I'm going to test out this display a little bit. Now, I can barely, these are tiny, and I am an older guy who seems to have to wear glasses when I do computer work, and it looks like, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to see if it's like 14 miles, 11 miles. It says 11 miles we have gone. Strava shows that we've done 10.74, which means we are pretty close to what it is showing on the display. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this display off and see if it still gives us all this information when we go back on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like we still have all of our full bars, so it's doing really good on the battery power when it comes to this bike. Let's go ahead and put this display back on, power it up, and see if everything still reads the same. Still got all the bars, still says 11 miles. So yeah, that's awesome. It is time for the sand test. Right here is the Chicago skyline. Man, I love it here. I mean, if you've seen my multiple reviews, you know I say that every time, but I do. I just love being down here. So let's go ahead and try this thing on the sand. We're going to go throttle only, and then we'll pedal when we need to. So let's see how it does. Oh, we are not doing well at all. Oh, let's kick it down in some gears to help it out. Yeah, these tires are just, I think my back end is just sliding. So we're not getting enough traction with these kind of tires. Yeah, we're just spinning out. Let's get this thing off the beach. Oh, I mean, it has the power, but those tires definitely do not want to do it. It will get you to the beach. It just won't get you through the beach. Now that we are up here at the Lakeshore Trail, on the ride over here, my happy place was pedal assist number 3. I'm in gear 7. We're cruising about 19, 20 miles an hour. That seems to be the happy place for me when it comes to riding this bike. It is time for a mileage check. Now, when I take a look at the display, it shows we went 17 miles and we've only dropped 1 bar on the battery. And that is kind of insane for the mileage that we've gone. It has me a little concerned. Hopefully that is working correctly. I guess we're going to find out. Now, Strava shows that we've gone 16.61 miles, and this is showing 17, so it's actually pretty close. Right behind me is the Chicago skyline, the playpen, and we're going to keep moving down the road to see how far this bike will go. I mean, we're going up this hill, and this bike is still speeding up. This bike is going full speed as we are climbing this hill. This is a spunky little rocket. Look at this. This is the Adler Planetarium. I was here a couple weeks ago, and I saw some people ride their bikes behind it, so we're going to give it a shot and see if we can do that today. Awesome. I did not know that this was something that we could do. Uh-oh. Well, let's see how she does going down some stairs. Oh, we did it. Let's get off this curb. There we go. This is insane. We are now at 22 miles. It still shows that we have 7 bars. I'm on the south side of Chicago, right? I would never take a folding bike with this, with only a 700 watt battery this far, but the battery management on this bike is incredible. Even Strava is showing that we've done 22 miles and this bike has 7 bars left. Insane. I know we talked about the walk feature in Cockpit Operations, but we have a hill in front of us. Let's go ahead and put it into zero pedal assist mode. And then we're just going to hold down that button. I want to see if it's going to be strong enough to get us up the hill. And you can walk up very slowly, but it is bringing it up the hill, no problem. You're not going to make it up very fast. It doesn't look like we have any speed registered at all, but it is making it up the hill. I think I might have to keep this bike in the stable for a while. This is performing exceptionally well. This is the kind of road where having a suspension seat post would definitely do some good. Although I have to tell you that I thought this seat was not going to be that great, and I am finding it just totally fine. You know, it felt a little firm at first when we started off this review, but it is just fine. Between that, the grips, how the bike handles, I mean, this thing is a winner. We are at 30 miles and we still have 4 bars left. I don't even know what to say at this point. We are back on the 606 trail, which means we are 3.3 miles from the house. You know what? I'm just going to throttle the entire way. I have been pedaling for 30 miles. I cannot believe that this bike is lasting as long as it's lasting. You're probably noticing how hard it is to see the screen. And we are in direct sunlight. I even have it tilted towards you guys so you can see it. And you can barely see it at all. Plus, I'm wearing photochromatic glasses, which means they darken in the sun. And even though I can see it, it's not like they're polarized glasses, I can barely see the screen. I am using throttle only, and the bars dropped down to 2 bars, and both of those bars turned red. So it does give you these color indicators so that you can quickly look down and see if you are in the danger zone. I'm assuming that's what the red means, that things are getting low. We are still about 2.5, 3 miles from the house. I don't care. We're just going to push it out and see how it does. Even though it is giving me those 2 red bars, we are still cruising at 23, 24 miles an hour. We are down to 1 red bar and we're still cruising at 23 miles an hour. And that's just with throttle only. No pulsing, no nothing. This bike is a beast. We just made it to the end of the 606. A little bit ago, I had 1 red bar and 1 yellow bar. And now, since it's been resting, it's up to 3. I know that as soon as I take off, it's going to drop down to 1 red bar. And it shows that we've gone 33 miles. Strava shows that we've gone 32.24. I mean, this thing just will not die. So we got to keep riding. And I'll see you here in a bit. I'm going to try to ride here in the shade to see, oh, now the red bar is flashing. So we're down to 1 bar. It's flashing red. That means I don't have too much to go before this battery is going to die. We have been flashing red for miles, and now this bike is just now starting to slow down. I have been throttling ever since we hit 30 miles. We have finally drained this battery enough to where I can just ride it back home. We're using throttle only. We're only moving 10 miles an hour, and that right there tells me that by the time I make it home, it should be done. So I will see you on Final Thoughts. I finally made it back home. This bike rides forever. You know, I went 30 miles on this bike just riding it in pedal assist 3 and gear 7 because that's what was comfortable for me. Once I hit 30 miles, I started using throttle only. I'm like, if I'm going to keep riding this bike and I keep pedaling it, it's going to be in the upper 40s or even lower 50 miles in distance. And that was kind of crazy for a bike like this, I have to tell you, because the display here said that we went 38 miles. So I rode 8 miles throttle only as the battery was dying, and it still gave me power all the way up here to the house. Super impressed with that. Now, Strava shows that we went 36.92. If you remember, the speedometer on the display here was a little bit off compared to what we were using with Strava. So that probably shows why the distance is also off a little bit as well. Let's talk about this display. I think it is super cool that it pops off and pops back on, but I wear glasses when I read books or when I am working on the computer. And when it came down to that mileage down there, I really had to dip in there to see what the mileage was because the writing is so small. Literally, that is the only negative I could find about this bike. And that's not even a problem with the bike. That's a problem with my eyeballs. I thought the seat wasn't going to be that good, and it is. I liked it. It's perfect for this bike. These grips are always excellent, and these tires make this bike roll extremely well. That's because of the street pattern that it has on it and the 3-inch tire size. Now, if you are interested in the Mokwheel Slate, I'm going to leave links in the description down below. If I have a discount code, I'll throw that down there as well, so you can get the best deal on the Mokwheel Slate. And I tell you what, whether you're interested in the bike, it would be great for you to just click on that link below. That way, it'll show Mokwheel that you value my videos. But that's it, guys. That's all I have on the Mokwheel Slate, and I want to thank you for watching. So until I see you again, enjoy the ride.